What's up, guys? TA Tech here. Welcome back to another live stream. Today we're joined by Barry Johnson. What's up, Barry?
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, man? So we were just talking a little bit behind stage here that we saw 3 events this week,
hmm
and Barry, why don't you tell us what you thought about them?
So we saw 3 events, even though one company made it seem like we only saw 2. So I thought Apple had a real strong event. I thought they did a great job, and I think they're really creating a lot of value with this M1 series of chips. And I really think a lot of people, even creators, like an M1 is sufficient. So it's just like, you get great performance to, just more tiers of great performance all the way up. I thought Google knocked it out the park with the Pixel. First of all, with the design of the Pixel, what they're doing with the Pixel, and also just how they did the event. I thought it was an outstanding job. And also the pricing you just can't beat. Samsung really don't know what you're doing. Like I think Samsung could have done what they done by just saying we have this bespoke thing. We're gonna target some, creators, like maybe even like I'll just say like iJustine, what Microsoft did with iJustine and a couple others, brought them into the studio. They did a video and then just have it blast out, and you're good. Instead of doing an event and you're not releasing any product. So any new product, I should say.
Right.
So
I thought that was pretty cool with iJustine as well. How she right there in their office.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
When she said that in her video, I'm like, wow, a lot more people should be able to do that.
Correct.
I know that Nikias Molina, he did a video in one of Apple's offices as well. That was pretty cool as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if more people could do that would be amazing. And I think that would bring a little bit more hype towards the product and everything as well.
Correct.
What's going on, Benji? Mark Sequence, man. What's up, man?
Just give me a few more minutes. Please, for the love of God.
What's up, Tech Love and Mama? How are you guys doing? So, as I was saying, I think Apple and Google crushed it.
Oh yeah, I really do. Yeah,
with their events.
Correct.
Samsung, on the other hand, I mean, it was cool to see all the different.
It was cool to see, but I don't think it was event worthy, right? So it was great seeing all that, but I just don't think that was event.
Let's see here. Ace Rocks Tech, what's up? Are you accepting other guests on this episode or not? Yeah, man. Definitely.
Yeah, Mark was already supposed to be on here, but Mark was like,
yeah.
Get you guys.
Miles, very nice to see you. Benji, I can send you the link if you want to join us. That'll be awesome. I know. So I don't know if you know, Barry, but me and Benji actually have our own podcast.
Yeah, you had it for a while. Then, like didn't the name change?
Yeah.
Remember you did your yes, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if you've kept up with the new episodes though. I tried to open another account for this podcast because I honestly didn't want to
do it on this.
I didn't want to do it on that channel because I think I was so far with what I was doing and all the guests I had and everything. But unfortunately it didn't work out that way. So I was actually talking to somebody this week and I was like, I had some really good conversations with people on that channel, and I wanted to grab a couple of the episodes. What I should have done beforehand was download them onto my computer. That way I had them. And if I wanted to go back and, either grab a clip or do something with it.
So that's where the confusion came in. I thought when you were shutting all that down that you had made a brand account like under Google and you had started there, and I just didn't know where it was.
Yeah.
So is that what you did?
No. So I used the Saturday morning sit down and I rebranded it. I just
correct.
Okay. I took everything down and made it the new channel. So I see BG Tech Life. What's up?
BG in the building. He's asking what's in the cup. It's just a smoothie.
Oh, nice.
Nothing exotic.
Not drinking tonight, huh?
No. Yeah, so I was impressed with Apple and Pixel. I thought Apple and Google.
Man. Like we were saying before, I was really impressed with the pricing and everything on Google's end. I thought it was going to be a lot higher, just because like everything else is like Samsung is past $1,000, Apple is. So I thought we were going to see that with Google, and when they announced the pricing, I'm like, wow, that's actually really nice.
Yeah, the pricing is really tough for everybody to respond, because if you think about it, so I love Xiaomi devices. I love Huawei devices. I get Xiaomi. I have a lot of respect for Huawei, but Xiaomi is still like viable if you want to get a cheaper Android with a lot of the bells and whistles. And to me, like from a domestic standpoint, the phone was to get the A-line Pixel. The second phone, like if you were trying to save money, was to get the FE series of the Samsung.
Right.
And the FE Samsung came out at $699 last year.
Yeah.
And Google's like, no, we will get the S21 competitor,
right,
at $799 for $200 less.
Right.
It's a tough beat. Still, I mean, it's and the sensors that are on the Pixel are just amazing. So you have the computational photography that you're used to with really high quality sensors now. So
right. All right, we got a guest backstage. Welcome, Mr. Mark Sequence. What's up, Mark?
What up, Mark? What up, Mark? What up, Mark? What up, Mark?
Yo. Thank you. Taylor, again, always a pleasure. Thanks for having me. Barry.
What's up, Mark?
What's up, Mark? Man?
What's up, man?
Chilling.
It was funny because when you weren't showing, I was like, where the heck is Mark at? Because I know I saw that Twitter thread. It wasn't, Mark was like,
as soon as I was going to rush up here, I heard the infamous, package. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh,
let me see what they sent us. Not for me. It wasn't for me this time, but
okay.
So I'm like, all right. Make sure the cat's good, dog's good. My mystery drink.
You're right.
All
right, we got two more guests. Miles Tech, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up,
Miles? How are you, man? There you go. You got one of these too.
And the man of the hour, Mr. Benobi Tech. What's up, brother?
What up, Benobi?
Benobi, my guy.
So
how's it going, guys?
Taylor, can you ask? Maybe I'm forgetting what Michael. He said he wasn't shocked with the pricing, but was shocked that his prediction was spot on. I'm confused by that. Maybe I missed his prediction.
Yeah. What do you mean? I got a crazy trade. What do you mean by that, Michael?
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're meaning by that, Michael.
Michael, you're gonna have to unmute, buddy.
Yeah, you're gonna have to unmute, Michael.
You're gonna have to unmute, man.
Yeah.
Well, just put him in here. Just get him in here and have to tell us.
So is he a moderator? He's holding it down in the chat, right?
He's a mod. Yeah.
Hold it down in the chat for us, Michael Peppa.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
Yeah. He's good at that. I like how where he gets his the paragraphs up there, the thought-provoking paragraph. It's either two things are going to happen. Either he's going to make a really good point, or he's going to burn someone. So when someone gets peppered, he's really good at that.
That's too funny.
All right. I see Benji backstage. Benji, let me know when you're ready, man, and I'll bring you in.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was in the middle of setting up. That's right.
Oh, problems.
I can now hear.
Okay, cool.
Perfect.
What's
All
up,
right.
man? What's going on,
How are
Benji?
If
you?
the fan's too
How are
loud,
you
let me
all?
know. I'll turn it down.
No, it's good.
Okay.
We're doing great, man. We're doing great. Just talking about all the events.
Yeah, talking about the events. I know
I didn't
everybody
miss
here
the-
is excited about the Samsung. They probably want to watch that for 4 hours straight, right?
Okay.
Oh, you guys are shaking your
Oh,
heads.
man.
Come on now.
I saw it live the one time, and that's plenty.
I saw it live and I watched it again because
No.
because I was like, did I miss? I must not have been paying attention because I'm like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
There's not. Where's the new thing at? You know?
And I saw that like their channel was live for a while, and they replayed the whole event.
Yeah. they
Oh
replayed all that.
no.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm like,
What?
Wow.
I'm sitting here like,
In case you missed it,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And miss what? It's
we'll
like
we'll
this
run
is
the
some-
whole event back. Samsung.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what I missed, but like, okay.
They folded it.
they definitely folded it.
Oh my gosh. No, what was it? Did anyone find it weird how I was trying to figure out how they were getting that the actress, or I don't know who she was, the first girl they opened up on her her audio. How were they getting the audio, and why did I feel like someone was dubbing her? Did anyone else get that?
I didn't get that feel. You know why? I was too busy because if you really go back and watch the event, Samsung, they need to post whose cameras they use. Like I'm not talking about like it's definitely cinema cameras that they are so top level. I'm just sitting back going like, am I missing something here? You know, it's like goodness. So I kept looking at like the edges of everybody's shapes and stuff like that. I wasn't really paying attention to what they were
Okay. That's why you
actually
watched it twice.
saying.
Yeah.
No,
So
that's
you're
not why I
admiring
watched
the
it
production
twice.
quality.
I was now, but the reason why I watched it twice is because I didn't see the product. I'm like, where's the new product? I'm like, did I miss the new product?
The
Yeah.
product accessories,
Yeah.
because you can interchange them, right? Was that the whole gimmick?
That was the whole thing. You can interchange them.
And are they colors? Are those? Did they have any colors that you couldn't get elsewhere or couldn't get up to this point?
Yes, they did. Yeah, because the only thing that you could do is like a Panda version where you had like interchangeable, and that one took like 5 weeks to deliver.
Oh,
But yeah,
damn.
this is pretty different. Okay, I believe they give us the prices, but wasn't actually sure since school. Where I saw before, what do you say? I traded my.
You're saying he nailed the prices.
Oh, okay. I traded my for a free Pixel 6.
But did you come up with that guess on your own, or did you see the Target shelf picture? Did you guys see
Ooh,
that?
Yeah, I saw it. I was trying not to lose it when I saw it.
Tech Mama says I'm waiting on the list for Pixel 6 Pro 512 now. Wow.
I heard that not every configuration is available. Memory configuration, storage is not available across all the colors, or was that a different phone?
No, what it was is Pixel 6 only
that was
gave you 128 and 256, and then Pixel Pro gave you 128, 256, and 512.
In every color. I thought someone was only able to get gold in the base model, and they were like,
Ooh,
"Dude, I want double."
It might have been like, yeah, it might be the gold. I think you're right.
Or
I think
glitch.
the black, and I know the black and I could have sworn when I first got to the site that you could put the 512 of the gold, but I know every time it came back, the 512 was gone, and it didn't say out of stock. It just there wasn't an option.
Oh damn!
So it might have been a mistake.
That's gonna suck for the person who's like, I'm willing to pay for it. I want to pay.
Exactly.
Obviously, no one needs high end flagship phones, but I want it. I'm gonna pay for it. Here you go. And then it's like,
Yeah, I was just lucky to get a phone. Like seriously, I was literally just lucky to get a phone. I wanted 256 minimum, and I had to get 128.
Oh, that's too.
Yeah.
You're dangerous, Barry. That's cutting it close. You're giving me anxiety right now.
Yeah.
Digital hoarders unite. I'm telling you, we need, God, 500 at least. Come on. Man.
So, Benji, what were your thoughts?
Of what specifically? Just all of it?
All
Yeah,
of it.
all of it.
Whatever you
All
thought
of
was
it.
cool.
I mean,
you gotta hear it all.
Or
I mean, it
or
says
be like,
Apple
hey,
event
this
on the banner,
sucked, man. I wasn't impressed.
I loved the Apple event. It was great. And then
Oh, yeah.
I watched like 10 minutes of the Google event yesterday, and then I gave up because I was like,
Yeah,
we
me
already
too.
know exactly what this phone is.
Yeah, seriously.
There's like not really gonna be any surprises. And then Samsung's event today, I watched it, and like I kind of wish I got that time back because
All 20
like,
minutes of it.
where's
I
the
think
new
we're all-
where are the new products? Why are we just
There is
getting
no
new
new
colors?
product. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
great.
yeah, exactly.
Mix and
Very
match.
disappointing.
Only at Samsung. No one else is doing what we're doing.
No,
Yeah, exactly.
no.
Oh,
I don't know, man.
I definitely agree there.
hmm.
How many people do you think that ordered already the fold and the flip, or if there's some took long enough that there's a chance they're still waiting for them, right? How many of
Yeah.
those are like, no, never mind, let me get some of these new these new joints that just dropped?
Hey, I know I would feel that way. If I already got one and I've had it for a few weeks, I'd be just disappointed, right? But
Right,
yeah.
right.
but if I was still waiting, it's like cancel. You know,
Cancel.
go ahead.
Just get an iPhone.
Let me wait 5 to 10 more weeks, and then
Miles is like, just get an iPhone.
Just get an iPhone.
if you can find one. How's stock doing, or what are delivery times sitting on for this phone that came out last month? Any updates?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
still-
haven't looked because I got mine. I
Yeah.
was.
Now you don't care. Barry can't be bothered.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm
Barry
good.
can care less.
It's like I'm all set.
That ain't Barry's problem, baby.
I'm all set.
Did you pick one up, Miles?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Look at you.
this
All right.
guy.
Well, look at him.
No, that's last year's, man. Look at that camera bump. It's so small. Look at he's rocking with the 12 like me. Look at that guy trying to front.
Yeah, I still have the.
He holds it right up to the lens. He's like, yeah, bro, look, see how huge.
I honestly thought. I mean, there were significant upgrades, but you know.
You're talking about on the iPhone?
Yeah, on the iPhone.
Yeah.
So I was just like, you know what? I'll just wait for 14 or 14 Pro, whatever.
Yeah, it's I think it's big and small to some, right? I really believe, like I was mentioning to you before, like the stabilization on the wide and ultra wide are freaky. So it's slightly behind the GoPro 10 as far as stabilization.
Mm.
That is pretty good. Like if you're just doing vlogging and stuff like that. I think cinematic pan is going to be huge in the future. If you can get the lighting right for talking heads, it's going to be fine.
Right.
It's still going to have, they still going to have to wait. Like if you watch some of the videos, like the camera guys, where they're switching from subject to subject, like some people's hair will be in and out of focus. They'll have like this weird, thing. So it's not quite there yet, but I'm glad Apple did that. I think they did a lot with that phone, but I get what you're saying. It's like, cinematic pan, stabilization. Am I ever going to use it? Keep the 12 Pro,
Yeah.
What about you, Mark?
Just keep the 12 Pro.
What about you, Mark?
From having the 12 Pro Max to the 13.
Yeah. I'm just curious because you kind of made that noise.
That wasn't me. Was that me?
Who was that? Who was that?
Was that? I think that was Ben. Who did the exhale? Come on.
Yeah.
Was that Miles? Was it me?
Oh, okay. So,
that you, Miles?
Miles, go ahead. Speak up. I'm curious, Miles.
Oh,
Do it, Miles.
like I could never go
Make
back.
him big.
I could never.
TA,
Go back.
make him big.
I could never go back to 60 hertz.
You're on the spot, Miles. You're on the spot.
You can
I'm
never go
listening.
back to the 12.
I could never go back to 60 hertz display.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's that promotion.
If I turn on low, you know how if you turn on low power mode, it goes down to 60.
It goes to 60.
I can't use low power mode anymore.
Okay,
Oh.
you've been spoiled. You've been spoiled.
Damn.
Yeah.
You're spoiled. All right, you can minimize him again. You can take him out of the stream now. He's too bougie.
That's funny. Yeah.
It's not
Hey,
real.
it's funny. There are a lot of people like that. I remember when a couple of people I've recommended to get the Mi 11, and once they got it, they came from 60 hertz displays. Every display has to be quad HD. It has to be 120 hertz now. So
Yeah.
As if tech wasn't already an expensive hobby, right? Like,
Exactly.
enthusiasts.
that's
and
too
then
funny.
and then Miles takes a sip of his refrigerated bottled water. This guy. I bet
Hey.
he's on satin pillows or something too. Watch.
Mark, that's still the SM7B, just with a different color.
Yeah, just the windscreen.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah.
Actually, shout out to Doc Rock. Doc Rock, I saw him with it.
Okay,
I'm like,
okay, they
yo,
do.
where'd you get that thing? He's like,
Okay,
oh,
cool.
from this like British website. I'm like, okay. I think he.
Yeah.
I don't know if since then, because he gave the link out again, but it wasn't the same link. I don't know if he linked to it on one of his like sites or one of his pages, or if he maybe working with him. I mean, get the bag whatever way you can. I grabbed
exactly.
I grabbed this one and I grabbed the cyan one.
Mhm.
So I'm like, okay, rock with one for a bit, rock with one for the other one. So it's pretty cool. Here, the cyan one.
Ooh,
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Change the color on it.
Yep, I was like, that can't be just be it had to be the same, because I was like, you can hear the quality of the mic.
Oh yeah, and you know what? I turned off. So I used the Rodecaster Pro and I turned off all vocal processing. I don't know which one of the like 5 or 6 plugins or whatever.
Something weird, right?
Tommy Bernard told me, he's like, yeah, dude, you got to like, I don't know which one it is. Try turning them all off, because it sounds like you're like hot, like in a can. You sound like you're in a can rather than like the warmth and that low end of what the SM7B is known for. Correct. That coupled with, I don't know if you'll see it here, the Coda, what is it? The little thing, that preamp where you turn.
Yep. No, I know. I actually have a FET head, so I know exactly what you're talking
about. Yeah. So apparently the Rodecaster has not enough oomph to properly run. Really the gain for this not condenser, dynamic microphone. He's like, dude, get one of these. They're on sale. I think, was it Kevin Ross or Patrick Rambles, or maybe Alex Gears? We had a thread where they're like, here's what I use, but this would work too, or the Dynamite or whatever. I think it's like
the Dynamite,
$100 I paid maybe 88, so like 90 something with taxes through Amazon. Got it 2 days later. I like it. Yeah,
that's good.
And then unlike TA, where his microphone is the furthest away possible.
Oh, I know.
You notice that? I can hear the whole room that he's in, and he's like, yeah, so the Apple effect, what do you guys think about Samsung and the Pixel? But did you see how casual he is? Like he's so it's whatever, no big deal. I don't care about my microphone or audio or my my stream or the lurkers and the replay crew.
No, man. I always have it in the same place, so if you guys want me to change it around, let me know for sure. What Mac should I buy to replace for MacBook Air?
Get another MacBook Air.
We need more information than that.
Yeah, you didn't say how old your MacBook.
Like what do you need?
Yeah.
How old is it? If it's Intel, yes, definitely you need. That's all the information we would need to tell you. Yes, you need.
If it's M1, you can sit tight for a little bit, depending on what you're doing.
Yeah, but if you want to be greedy or a consumerist, like we should for a nice healthy economy,
I've said this.
Go for it.
I wish I had waited a little longer, because I probably would have gotten either the M1 or this new one that came out. But I'm highly disappointed in myself for not waiting. I like this computer for what it is, but at the same time, like I could have gone in a little bit better if I had waited.
Well, you could sell, right?
You could sell.
True.
Hey, so Mike and Tech Love Mama, can you get this troll, please?
I'm trying to get him right now, but
I've been trying to log on. I can't see the chat right now. Sorry, guys. Otherwise, I would have.
No, you're good.
Hold on. You want me to get rid of this troll?
Sponsored by Intel 2012 15-inch MacBook Pro right here. I don't have the new one yet, so
I have the.
I'm trying to fire it up.
I have the 2020 13-inch.
Oh, still not going.
Pro.
Just turn off.
Like I said, for what it is, it really is good. But I feel like had I waited for M1, it would have been a lot better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you had a window. You had a window to sell that too, didn't you?
Yes. Yeah, I did.
Okay. I just thought you had M1. You're like, oh, I kind of want M1 Pro or M1 Max.
No. I wish I had one of the M1s for sure.
That's one thing I kind of wish Apple had not stomped on their naming conviction.
You got
Yeah, like he's like,
They
I got
dropped
the
the ball
13
with
Pro, then 13 Pro Max, and then the M1 Pro, M1 Max. You know,
Would you have preferred Pro Max
I would have preferred it just to have it, you know, consistent.
line up with the rest of the stuff?
Yes.
Apple
Yep.
does.
But Apple does that. It seems like they always do that. They always like.
Do you think
we'll just change it?
Do you think it's a troll or as much of a troll as like a marketing ploy? Like, oh, I can't believe the notch on the brand new 2021 Apple Silicon MacBook Pros. Go look them up right now. It's unbelievable. You'll be, you know what I mean?
Like I don't think it's a troll in that sense. I really think Apple they're using the notch to brand. That like it's
right.
You know,
But
it's like this is recognizable. This is Apple.
to get people talking to like, oh my god, Apple messed up the naming
I see what you're
conventions on
saying.
the
Yeah,
brand new Apple
yeah.
Silicon that they
That
just
can help
released
them.
on
Yeah, that
Monday
can help them out. That can
on
definitely help them out.
www.apple.com/unleashed or whatever. You know, it's like, oh man, really? Let me look that up. Oh my god, you're right. Damn,
Yeah, why
they're
would
so
they
dumb
do
for
that?
naming it. Which one should I get?
Man, this is a pretty good deal here. You know?
Yeah, right. Let's see. Hold on. How much? Oh, okay.
Ooh, 2012.
Ooh,
Yeah. I would. Yeah.
Upgrade.
It's getting slow now.
Upgrade.
Like barely right now is when it started. You lucked out because mine. Let me tell you, mine happened as soon as the warranty ended. I had
And
about
you
a
could-
good solid year.
And she could upgrade to, you know, the normal M1 series. You know,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Refurbished might even have a couple.
correct.
Check the refurbished site. You grab one today probably.
That's what I did.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, do what Miles does. That's how he's so rich. That's how he stays.
I didn't even think about that.
I've only leaked my credit card like 7 times.
You've used your 7 credit cards? What'd you say?
No, Miles likes to leak his credit card information on my streams. I'm surprised he hasn't done it yet. No,
Someone probably tried to steal his identity and there was no money and the credit cards left. They're like, oh, okay. It's maxed out. All right, never mind.
Yeah, exactly.
It's maxed out 100K. Never mind.
Exactly right. I'm trying to think. What did you guys think of like the whole presentation? I ask this all the time. What do you guys think of the whole presentations itself? Would you like to see it go back to in person or keep it virtual?
For Apple or I guess all of them, huh? All of them.
Let's just start with Apple. So do you go ahead?
I think we're spoiled. The production quality is out of here. So
Oh yeah, I really do.
Definitely.
they look like you know, they look so slick
And I don't think that's going to happen in person. I
No,
really
we've
don't.
seen the in-person ones. You've seen that.
Yes. Yeah.
They're like, can you guys get off the Wi-Fi, please? Thank you.
Yes.
Can we bring out the other floor model? Just a second, everybody. You know, I mean, like that's real life, sure. Like, I mean, we all have the tech woes and everything, but this whole, it's like, get my popcorn ready every time. Put it on the big screen, turn the lights down, turn my Sonos surround sound all the way up. I'm like, okay, this could be a real treat. Right. And then Tuesday happened, and then oh no. But let's stay on Monday.
So Tuesday disappointed you? Is it the fact that you have a competitor now? Is that what's happening?
No, it was I gave it a shot. I think I clicked off a few minutes before it ending. But I couldn't get over how like I felt like I needed an adult. Like it was weird. I'm like, okay, why? First of all, I tweeted about this. I'm like, can someone help this guy blink? The first dude.
Oh yeah,
and then like the energy, and I felt maybe we were like too close, and it being in the store,
Yeah, I really think
really strange.
I think they just wanted to show off the store. I really believe
they couldn't have had a bigger store.
Well, unfortunately,
more room.
They're limited.
It was really beige. It was a really beige store too.
Yeah, it was. It
was. I
Again,
thought it was
spoiled by
cool
Apple.
at the same time, but I'm like, yeah.
I mean, they had like the drone flyovers from like that wall to that wall, and then sometimes they would stop in the middle, and I was like, "Whoa, curveball!" But it was really weird. I don't know. Maybe I can't be the only one that thought that it was just something off about. And this is my first event of theirs, so I have nothing really to like base it off of.
Yeah,
that's why I only watched 10 minutes of it.
Is that what? But you've seen previous events of theirs, right? Like, how did that compare?
Yeah, have you? Because you guys seem like.
I mean, I've seen the in-person events, but I've never seen their
recorded
the
ones.
digital,
Recorded,
yeah,
okay.
the record.
Okay.
So I like watched this one for like the first 10 minutes. I was like, nah.
It was nothing like in
It was
person.
nothing
or
like
something
the. It was
that you would
nothing like
expect.
the day, the event that happened the
So
day
they,
before
so
that.
in your opinion, they have to mirror Apple.
Well, it was
Apple
hard.
does it
I
right.
would. Yeah, I think Apple does it right, but I don't think they should like completely
Well,
copy Apple because then.
yeah. Because then you're opening yourself up to that of like you guys just copied Apple, right? But it's not like Google needed to save money on
Correct. They did
marketing
need to
or
save
No,
money.
exactly.
They did.
production.
They
Because
could
I
have
think
just
they're
done
gonna
something
turn
way
up
better
on
than
it.
Apple.
They're gonna turn up on marketing. You know, I think sometimes companies make the mistake when they know that people are expecting $200 higher and they're coming in $200 less of
Yep.
just kind of taking it easy and just saying, hey, we're coming in at $5.99, $8.99.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And you know, and you know, so I think you guys nailed that on the head. You gotta spice up some stuff.
Because even that reveal, like officially announcing that would have exploded if they even
Oh yeah,
if they came in to show here's what we've been working
I mean,
on.
look, Tim
Here's what we've got.
Cook is
Right.
doing a Mission Impossible stunt. So
What's up, Michael?
what's
Pepper?
up, Mike?
I just I
Howdy.
don't know.
So Mike, I
Shipping-
hear you hated the prices on the Pixel. You're like,
Yeah,
these
what's
are
going on?
garbage, right?
Let's make him big. No, okay, you don't have to. Make him big.
No, I was
Were you expecting like $449
He looks big anyways.
and $650 for the prices?
no, I had thought that would maybe be their prices, but the concern I had was we all know how in the past they've kind of been a little iffy on like the 4XL. Their pricing would have been okay if it wasn't for like some of the battery life stuff with the 4.
Mhm. Correct.
And so for them to come in at those price points, I think is good. I think that this really did show that they really want to sell the 6 over the 6 Pro, though, because if they wanted to sell the Pro, the price difference
Correct.
wouldn't
I
be
think
as much.
Correct. I agree.
It's kind of
Yeah.
like the OnePlus 9 versus 9 Pro situation where,
Mhm.
like, yeah, you get an additional camera and yeah, like the screen resolution and like larger screen, but really the screen resolution is kind of to compensate for the larger screen because obviously to kind of maintain pixel
Mhm.
density. Similar with battery life. But it's kind of weird because I don't want to compare it to the iPhone, but when Apple does that, like the Pro versus Pro Max sort of situation, it's $100 price difference.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I get this is more like 13 versus 13 Pro Max, but
Correct.
It's
still not really. It's
not
like,
really. It's like that middle ground.
I think you made the right point. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get Pixel 6 in a lot of people's hand. They know people that are doing content in the ultimate techies are going to have to go the Pro anyway, right? But I can't talk anyone out of getting the Pixel 6. Like that is one of the best values out there phone wise right
And
now.
I think
That's what I even said. Like,
Yeah. It's hard to argue against the Pixel 6.
It really is. It really is. And
Well, with that attitude.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's funny.
the carrier deals are surprising this year, and to see it available through all the carriers, and the one thing that I thought was interesting, and it came out a little bit later, but was the whole thing with Verizon where it's $100 more for the millimeter wave. And I guess they did that with the 4A 5G as well.
Oh, yeah. That's what
And-
Verizon does.
Yeah.
So basically, just so everybody knows, Google makes two models. And last year, they made a 4A 5G. In America, they were supposed to give you millimeter wave. And then what ended up happening is when everybody was like, oh, I'm going to get the 4A 5G. Like, I was going to get that over the 5. At the last minute, Verizon's like, I got to drop this briefcase. So when
yeah,
the event went live and it was time to pre-order, you could pre-order the 4A, you could pre-order the 5, and the 4A 5G was join the wait list because Verizon is making a deal. This is going to be, they're going to only be selling the millimeter wave. And they did the same thing this year. And I think AT&T has a millimeter wave as well. So the way you get the millimeter wave 6 is like through Unlocked from Google Store or through AT&T and Verizon.
So the T-Mobile one, even though T-Mobile does have some millimeter wave
Oh yeah, I
towers
think they
around,
didn't. I don't think
doesn't
that. I don't think it
they
does.
didn't do it?
I don't think they did.
Interesting.
I need to verify that, but I don't think they did. But
I'll be
yeah.
curious
So
because I know there's a couple
so
towers
if
that
it if
have
it's
to be
if it's
millimeter
if it's
wave because
oh
the
no no
speeds that
it's
they
no
get,
they do it
the
is,
speeds
but
that
you
they're
have to look
getting
at the
around me.
price. If
So
it's
I'll have to.
$100, if it's $100 cheaper at T-Mobile, not through like, oh, we're doing it, like if they have the base price at $5.99, not $6.99, then it's the lower end model.
I'll be
Yeah.
curious to test though, because I would be curious to know like.
Oh yeah, you got it through T-Mobile, didn't you?
Yeah, so I'll be curious to know though, because
T-Mizzle.
if T-Mobile
T-Mizzle, yeah.
because they've done this in the past, if they would have eaten the $100 price difference just
They
to get
might have.
people.
They might have. They might have. You're
I was
right.
just shocked. I'm like, I got my 3AXL when I switched to them. So I basically got that as a free device, and then I'm trading that back to them and basically getting a free Pixel 6.
Hey,
Actually,
you
I
you
did
came out.
I did
You
have
came
to do a
out.
deposit because they have that whole deposit thing.
Mhm.
But
Oh,
deposit.
you guys are just deleting this message. You can just hide him from your channel. So
Yeah,
I
just
mod
hide.
for a couple of channels. I would just hide the guy. He's playing.
Oh,
games.
the looking at it just real fast, the one that went on, I think was it Holler at Your Boys stream?
Mhm.
It's the same format. I don't know if that's what they were. Do you remember if that's what they were doing, just deleting the message or hiding the user? Because they were coming back, I think. Oh, they were
Okay,
switching.
maybe
They were
maybe
switching
they're
to
doing
a new account, but it was the same format. I'm like, oh, it's the same person.
yeah, so
snap.
I had to
Viper.
do because T-Mobile has this weird thing where they only allow you to have so much that they'll hold on your account, right? So if you have other devices, like they'll only allow you to have so much in like
Oh, that they'll
of like
finance.
credit that they'll finance
Yeah.
you.
Okay. Yeah.
So I had to pay like $230 with the taxes and stuff. But the thing is, I'll get money back as like a one-time credit plus monthly credits to do the thing. But what's funny is it's $18 a month for the device, and they're going to give me $24 a month in credit. So actually, my bill will be $6 a month less after that
Wow.
than it is now. I mean, yeah, I had to pay up front, but still, like it was cheaper than having to pay for the whole Pixel 6. And in the end, it won't matter. It's like I'm planning on switching, carriers anytime.
Oh,
in
you
the
got
next
you
couple
can't beat
years.
your
So
deal,
I was
especially
like, I'll
as
just.
a creator.
Normally,
get, like,
I've been avoiding those deals. Like, I buy things outright if I can, just because if you want to switch carriers or like, there's the thing with the deal is, with those credits is if you ever leave early, you've essentially lost value on a trade-in device. You trade in a device, they give you $500. You switch out halfway through, you only really got 250 of it. So.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, you came up big, but yeah, that value device of the year already for the Pixel 6.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is
At least on paper. You gotta get them
I
in your
think-
hands, Barry. You gotta get them.
I think we're gonna be fine.
Oh, yeah. Having expectations is the number one way to get let down.
I'm telling you,
man. I don't know.
I'm telling you, Google would have to. It would have to be a colossal misstep. Like I've been running Android 12 since March. Android 12 is so smooth. It's a great direction, and I'm glad to see that I can already see some of the things popping up in Samsung, like in One UI, like that are direct lifts from Android 12, and they already had computational photography, and you're giving them a better sensor. They needed to improve video, and we'll see if they did. According to some early reports, they have. So I just don't see them failing on this.
Well, from what I've heard, because I know a couple people that are on Team Pixel and have talked to them that there's some things that Google didn't even really emphasize so much in there that's pretty impressive.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm not going to say more than that because
I love some
people
secrets.
could find out who they are.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and I don't want them to get in trouble for, things. But yeah, I've
The plot thickens.
talked to a couple people and seen
Okay.
some pretty cool things. And
All right.
night mode photos are pretty impressive. The selfie nighttime stuff is really good. Even on the regular 6, even though because it still has an 8 megapixel front sensor. They just for some reason decided to limit it to 1080p 30 for
Correct.
video
Yeah.
rather than, and I literally having the same sensor or the same processor. Obviously
I don't
that's
understand why.
I think that
but
was a software choice.
Yeah, I think it was a software choice. And what's weird is a lot of the, like, Xiaomi is famous for that, like having a really powerful sensor. And then, oh, well, by the way, we offer you 1080p 30 on the front facing camera. I've never understood that. And it's like they're kind of following that lead.
I also wonder if it's because the Pixel 6 has less RAM than the Pro.
It
models
could
go up
be,
to,
yeah,
so
it's 12 gig, yeah.
because it's 4 gig difference in RAM. So I
And it
wonder
could
if
be a
there's something in
differentiating
there.
factor. It could be, because that was one of the things with the OnePlus 9. Like it was they pulled out, I think, the telephoto on the OnePlus 9 versus the OnePlus 9 Pro, and they didn't include optical image stabilization. So it was like, it was a way to kind of, oh, we've got a differentiator, but it's really not a true differentiator, but we got one,
Juan's video on that was really good. The whole like how OIS
I just put
versus
that one up.
EIS.
Correct.
And then he was like electronic versus the optical, and optical versus like software stabilization that he pointed out it's really not as big of a deal as you think. And I was like, wow, like for the usually it is. Usually the hardware stuff is crazy better, but I guess their software on that was pretty good. So
Yeah.
Yep.
yes.
Not crying. We just have stuff in our eyes. Okay. God.
Yeah.
Not even crying that much. We're gonna tell mom.
Yeah.
I'm not. For funsies, I'll do it. Yeah, but I don't really. Come on, like what you like, man. Like what you
Oh
like.
yeah. If you guys aren't feeling it and you're just Team Apple, I respect that. But
I feel like I can't afford to get caught up in it because it's already expensive as enough, like, to try to keep up with this one company. And if I venture over and it's good, I'm like, oh my god.
I really want to, though, just because.
No, stop it. We've talked about this.
Listen, man.
Taylor, I tell you right now, if
lane.
you grab yourself a Pixel, you are going to be mad at yourself that you own a MacBook, and it kind of keeps you in the ecosystem as far as like MacBook, iPhone, iPad stuff. I'm just telling you that's right now. You're going to be like, I got to figure out a way to get my stuff easily transferred from my Pixel, which exists.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you right now, I've dealt with it. I had the Pixel 5 as my only smartphone.
Well, I had to get rid of
4 months last year.
I had to get rid of that thing. I couldn't handle it.
The only reason I ended up buying an iPhone again was the creator using it as it's my tool as a creator. If I wasn't a creator,
Right.
I'd own one phone most likely.
So
probably be a
Michael,
Pixel.
have you used Cinematic Pan on the for B-roll? Like I know you've used it, but Cinematic Pan on B-roll, like on. You have?
I did. I used it a few times on my Pixel 5, and that was awesome. It was my favorite mode. And then remember when they got rid of it temporarily?
It was just temporary,
and
they brought it back. Yeah,
I was pissed.
I remember you wrote about that because I was like, I was in between, so I was like, "What is he talking about? It's on my computer." So.
I was like, "Why did they do this to me? I'm using this like literally. I was using it for a lot of the motion stuff. So I ended up having to do like a spoofed mode." Where I would take like a photo, like a ultra wide photo, and then I would crop in on it and move like in post, so it simulated doing it. Then it's not quite the same, and you have like some of the jagged stuff, and it's not quite the and you don't get the flicker of the light like. So
real quick, do you have a Pixel right now? Like, do you have a Pixel? Okay, so right now, all cameras are good. Like, there's differentiating things, right? But if cinematic mode worked the way that I want it to work, like in every environment, low light, just talking head, if you had a Pixel and a 13, you could do everything for YouTube with those things. So cinematic mode, like, you ever seen slider shots, like where people like it's like really smooth panning. So with the Pixel, you can just I'm just gonna like that, put on cinematic pan, and then your shot just like. It's perfect, and then you could have your iPhone 13 like doing like your main camera angle. Now with the Pixel 6, you can do that. It's got the GN1 sensor, which is unbelievable. Like if people hear GN1. Like I had a guy argue with me on Twitter, like, "Oh, you're going to trust a Generation 1 sensor?" And I said, "No, no, no. The GN1 sensor that was developed by Samsung in 2020, that's been used on multiple phones, and those phones are killing other phones right now with their video and picture quality."
And Big
So-
Dog's asking about who people owning other phones. I have the Z Fold 3. You know, I have
Oh,
an
yeah,
iPhone.
I've
I have a
got- I've
Pixel.
got-
I own.
Show
I
it
got
up.
everything.
Show it up.
I have my LG G8, which I still think is one of the greatest LG phones of like regular style phones that they made.
So I've got a million.
So ironically, I opened it up and what
5A,
am I on? Somebody
S21,
unboxing
but
their
I've got-
Pixel 6, not
I
playing
got
at all.
ridiculous.
Go ahead, Barry. Go ahead.
Here's the 5A. Here's the S21. I have a million phones. So my
Damn.
13 Pro Max is in the other room. So yeah. So I really think there are limitations, right, in everybody's camera. I think as far as point and shoot and taking a portrait, you know, get a Pixel, it's done, right?
Yeah.
But everybody should be able to get a good photo from every phone. They should be able to get
Exactly.
stabilized video, even if people have they have better, and you should all be able to do something with that phone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using my iPhone 13 Pro as my webcam right now. Epoch
Yeah, it
cam
looks good.
wired in through.
Yep, looks good.
I used to do wireless, but then there's you have issues with Wi-Fi latency sometimes. I mean, I have the RS7800X. It's the max. It's like can support crazy fast Wi-Fi and all that, and like up to like 7.8 gigabit per second speeds. And
So
like
are you
crazy stuff.
still
Literally
using
next
your
to me, but I use
A6100 or your Alpha 6100?
So when I was using my MacBook for streaming, for some reason Sony's software didn't play nice with Mac OS, and it didn't matter whether I was using my Silicon or Intel Mac. So I stopped using that and started using my iPhone. I'm using my Razer Blade right now for streaming, so I might go back to it.
Okay.
But Sony needs to update their software first. And I need
And you didn't want to use a
cam.
You didn't want to cam. Okay,
I
yeah,
lost
you didn't
my
want
cam.
to. Okay.
I had a
Okay.
I lost my I had the cheaper cam link, but it was the one that EPOS Vox like talked about that was like the best.
You mean this one right here?
Yeah, and I
Oh,
lost
snap.
it, so I need to get another
Oh.
one. But I've been looking at
course
the
Barry has
I've been looking at the I think it's what's the company? InnoGear, one of them that has the it's a little bit more it's little like $15 more than what the Cam Link sells for on Amazon. So it's $144.
Mhm.
But it has but you can plug into your phone. So it has 2 USB-C ports and 2 HDMI ports. So you can either use HDMI in and then USB-C out, or you can even do USB-C in and USB-C out for mobile streaming. So like I could quite literally be funny and like plug my Android phone in and then do like and then pull up the camera and mirror it out into like my iPhone or my iPad and use it as the cam, and like for mobile stuff. And of course you can use it with desktop too, but just some of the versatility on there. It's a new what is it called? I'll look it up. And
when you said HDMI or USB-C in, you meant like to connect the camera or something to your phone and then
that
run
and
a
the
stream
connect
off that?
and like
That's crazy.
devices that support USB-C. So like you could take a MacBook and connect the Thunderbolt or USB-C cable out and then into this if you wanted to send video like out of your MacBook into like I don't know, like let's say you're using your phone to stream. You could do that. And then also like Android phones that support video over USB-C, you could do that. Or if you have HDMI for anything, you could do that. So like you could, so if I don't know, let's say Barry's gonna do a whole series about how like the Chromecast compares to, I don't know, like a Roku or an Apple TV. He could plug a Chromecast into this thing and he'd be able to get the interface into his phone because it has HDMI. But if he wanted to talk about DeX on a Samsung phone, he could just plug a USB-C cable into the USB-C input video and then one out to a phone and do the same thing and be like literally driving down the road, like in the car, and the passenger seat down the road doing this.
To go back to Pixel. Okay, cool.
I don't, but I guess we can do that.
I know you guys are not feeling the Pixel, but yeah.
I mean, like, okay, I've said it before that
Listen,
Go ahead, Taylor.
No, I'm down for everything, man. Like I wanted to express myself, with all these different events. And like I said, I mean, ever since the beginning, honestly, I don't know who here watches John Prosser's Front Page Tech, but ever since he showed off the Pixel, I was very interested.
Yeah.
In seeing it. So, and even more so at the event, what they announced in it, it was incredible.
Mhm.
Like, honestly, for a Google Pixel, from what I've seen, it's really awesome. Really,
Yeah, it's a
I'm speaking truth here. I'm speaking truth.
Yeah.
I'm not,
Yeah, I'm extremely excited as a Pixel guy. So like I have a Microsoft Duo, I've got Xiaomi Mi 11, and my primary phone, no matter what, is always my Pixel, just because I've been, the Pixel OS just to me does a lot of things right. But I really think they got the hardware nailed this time. So that's what I'm happy about with regards to the Pixel. And I think what will happen is over time, I know. So this is the thing. I'm not one of those people that is like, I've got to stay. Oh, Apple's the best. I just think Google's making a lot of right moves right now.
Right.
It's named Samsung, so I use them all.
Yeah.
And when they come out with features, like if you really notice it, the one cool thing about today's event with Samsung was they finally talked about what's in their gallery app. They have an eraser like Google has in the camera app. But they never talked about that kind of stuff. And these little things, like when people make innovation like cinematic mode, at some point, Samsung is going to have to keep improving their portrait mode. It's like, we already have this, it's going to force all of them, and then we all win. So if you are team Samsung,
for sure,
your phone gets better. If you're team Apple, your phone gets better. If you're team Google, this competition is just going to help everybody,
Exactly. No, exactly.
That auto select thing that they showed for like removing the dog and putting it like on a skateboard and stuff was like, you're right. They don't talk about any of that. They talk about all the other stuff.
Are they trying to bypass?
They show like really bad, like 108.
Yeah. So this is the thing with
zoom,
Samsung right now. It's in the gallery app. So you have to take a picture and then
edit it right there.
You edit after you take the picture. Google has it in the actual app, but Samsung never talked about it. So they had this unbelievable feature, even though it wasn't in the camera app, they never mentioned it. So this event is going to prompt the engineers at Samsung to go, well, hey, is it a good idea? They're going to at least have a conversation. It's like, hey, you saw the event, right? Should we put this in the camera app? Should we do some polling of our, should we leave? And they marketed it finally.
Yeah.
So.
Yo, Nikias Molina in chat. What is up? What is up?
Hello. Welcome, man.
What's up?
I also noticed with the Pixel 6 that they're using USB 3.1 Gen 1 and then UFS 3.1 for storage. So it'll be interesting to see, like, are they finally going to allow video out over USB-C? Because, the Pixel was that was one of the weird things, like, there's a desktop mode that's been supported natively in Android 11, but Google never does that. So it'll be curious to see, like, are they going to allow that finally?
That's the thing. So is Google, that's they can obviously do, it's their prerogative, but I think common courtesy, because you're the one that supplies Android, that's a conversation where CEO to CEO meets and says, all right, we have the desktop experience. We have DeX. How can we navigate this plane if we do desktop mode? There's got to be that meeting, but I'm with you, Michael. It would be nice if we had, it doesn't have to be DeX, but like a good desktop mode in other Android OEMs.
Because, LG had their version that was pretty good.
Xiaomi had one, and they kind of crippled it.
And LG's gone.
Huawei was the first. Huawei was the first to do wireless.
Xiaomi had a good one, but they kind of like,
The two things I was gonna say with like the Pixel, and then how you mentioned that when they compete, we all win, is another use for them to, like, and I was joking about it earlier. I was like, my favorite part about Android is that it exists. That way, they keep the monopolistic lawsuits to a minimum over here on Apple's side, right? Like,
Right.
so, and I mean, and yeah, of course, like, yes, light fires under their asses, right? Do all the things, compete, like, kill each other, and then we get to,
we get to reap the benefits.
we get
I
to
mean,
reap
if
the
you
benefits,
think
the
about it,
spoils of war. And that
the
Pixel's
M1
looking
is a
good.
prime example. The M1 is a
Yeah.
prime example. No one was worried about an Apple coming out of nowhere and it's like, oh, we're shutting everything down.
That's those are fighting words, but fighting processors.
Yes.
Yeah. I was gonna say,
did you see the article about the how Google is doing what Apple couldn't by offering the Pixel Pass, because if Apple did it, they would be sued if they offered like a one payment for device and services, because Google can do it because of like you're talking about the existence of other Android OEMs and the way they did it. But if Apple were to be like, oh, you can buy an iPhone and you can pay, $50 a month and you get all of our services and you get an iPhone 13. And if you want to, get the other models, obviously it's more. But the Apple just couldn't do it because they would get in trouble with like antitrust because of how they've laid out everything else too.
You mean the wording?
Fascinating. Well,
Yeah.
it's
legal
because
mumbo jumbo.
It's like that slight fence that Google's on where they're allowed to do it because other, like, Samsung has the Galaxy App Store. There's other OEMs that like do their alternative ways of installing apps and you can sideload and stuff. Where Apple, because of and just their terminology on things, the way they do it and how people view it's a difference in views too.
So hold on, I couldn't come out with a subscription-based service, the Mark Pass, where you get an exclusive.
So you could,
whatever the hell,
You
so
get
I
a Mark,
but Apple can't. Or are you saying that they would come under too much scrutiny to make it worth it? Because they've got the lawyers over there. That's for sure. What's up with that picture?
he forgot it was on there.
Did you see that? Oh, damn. I know he saw it too. He was like, "I'll be right back." Oh,
can't be back on that.
Oh man.
Yeah. So with that, I think it's because Apple, like, I don't know if it's they just don't want that perspective to be looked at that way, or not. But the thing is with the AirPods 3 that throws me off is you can buy renewed AirPods Pros on Amazon for $10 less than the AirPods 3. Yes, they're renewed, but like that means new battery, new parts and everything, all that. So it's not like
Wait,
they come with earwax.
AirPods Pro with MagSafe charging. They have MagSafe charging case.
Yeah. You know what? They swapped it. I learned it from iUpdates video about that. There's
I got a fun fact about MagSafe. The
AirPods Pro. The AirPods Pro now come with a MagSafe capable charging case.
Did you see the? Go ahead.
MagSafe.
No, Barry, go.
Will work on a Pixel 5.
It'll work on a Pixel 6 too, I think.
Yep.
So Moment Cake did a video. They did a video and they showed like all the accessories work. Because they had a wallet accessory, they had the charger, and it held pretty well. And there's something else like they were holding it upside down. I'm not sure if it was like one of their things to like shoot video or something like that. It was held by a magnet. So it's like, all right, well, Pixel 6 is MagSafe compliant.
Man, Nick, if you have time, bro, I'd love to have you on here too, man.
Oh yeah.
It also, I mean, it doesn't stick to it very well, but if you're just setting it on the desk, it's also the perfect width for the fold. It sets like perfectly in the space on the back of it and lines right up with the bottom and everything if you just line it up. So if you were just sitting it on your desk, you can like with like the MagSafe battery packs or whatever, but like with the puck, you can just set it there. Obviously it won't, because the phone itself doesn't have, I mean, it's just Qi charging with a like intelligently aligned magnets, basically, to optimize the charging by aligning everything. And that's
now they don't have to put Qi on their website, right? It's just MagSafe. There you go. It's pretty good.
I missed my charger. Mine broke.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, I'm not buying another one.
Your MagSafe broke?
It's not worth $40 to
So
buy
was
another
it
one.
the cable that broke,
How
right?
did you do that?
It just died. I never even used it. I used it one time and it just doesn't
The
work now.
cable does
Oh,
not
wow.
pass a charge through.
It doesn't work.
It should still be
Oh,
under
Apple.
warranty.
Well, they give me a new one for free.
They should take it in.
So
How long have you had
there's-
Like day one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, the
Maybe not.
yeah. When did they announce it? Because I know the Pro and the Mini are 11 months old now because they were delayed, right? They didn't come. They won't turn one till next month.
So maybe I should get a new one then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you should have did it right away. Always take everything to Apple, man. That's one of the best things is the support. The either request a return kit when you can chat with them or even texting them. They've added that. I just found that out last year that you
Yeah,
can
I'm gonna
text Apple from your phone. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I'm gonna text.
Just take it in, man.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I mean that was one of the. That's one of. I mean, where the heck is there a Xiaomi store or a OnePlus store? If I
Thank
were
you.
to if I were to
you.
do that, where?
Thank you. But you
There-
won't have an issue with
yeah.
those phones. But I'm kidding.
Well,
There
I never
were,
have an issue with them.
there's no way you could possibly know that, Barry. Come on, let's not be silly, Mr. Engineer.
So, Barry, there were two things with the Pixel that I thought were interesting that bothered me a little bit, though.
Okay. All right.
Here we go.
So apparently, some people that are, they can't say everything, but I've noticed in a couple videos so far, having to use Google's charger, people using their third-party chargers, even with like higher than 30-watt USB PD, wasn't working for some. Like you have to have a very specific one.
Okay.
And then as for the 21-watt wireless, you have to use Google's wireless
Pixel
dock.
stand. Okay.
The wireless thing I get because it's all about like if you place it on a third party, if it doesn't have the fan. But what's been interesting
Correct,
is
'cause
so
you
far
don't
with
want them to-
devices, if I use my Huawei 40-watt, the fan will kick on and work.
That's
with
another one.
devices I've tried with it. So I'm gonna test it on there and see if it works.
Where's the?
Okay.
It has to do with, I guess, if it communicates to the stand to
Correct,
kick the
correct.
fan on, then it can.
I understand wireless. I'm not really sure why. Like Google should at least come out and say, hey, this is our specifications, right? That you need to adhere to properly work. But you shouldn't penalize penalize the consumer. So
But the wired
Consumer's your
is
bitch.
why
Pardon my French.
USB-C is still not actually a solidified standard because there's still not a unified protocol for it, like as far as like amperage and everything. So you can, I've had it. It's not like, oh, it's just going to charge slower. I've had times I've went to plug in the Pixel 3a XL, and it just doesn't charge like at all. It's not like, oh, it's just going to charge at 5 watts instead of 18. It just doesn't charge like with a cable that works
Wow.
for everything else. So I just hope that
I wonder if the Spigen's charger, because they're being aggressive. If you buy a couple of Spigen cases from their website for the Pixel 6 Pro, you get their charger, their well-rated charger for free.
yeah, I went
No,
on there and I was
spending
gonna
how much?
order I'm gonna
Get
order
the
their
free
clear
charger?
case. I was gonna order their clear case, and they popped up a thing to get their $30 charger for free just buying.
Yes,
one
you
case
saw
of the
that. Yeah,
Pixel
you saw
6.
it. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go back to there and check it out now that I've seen the says. I ordered 2 cases through Caseology. I got both.
Okay,
of the
did you get
designs
the
with
Vault and the Parallax?
yeah, with that seafoam or that green to match. And I was looking for clear cases, and they're all either like that extremely cheap TPU or not shipping till like November 8th. So what's
you don't
weird
wanna be
though
able-
with Amazon that I noticed, sometimes if you wait a day and you go back, then shipping will be early because that's what happened with the Caseology ones. Those weren't going to ship till November, and I checked last night. When I checked today, I'll be getting one tomorrow and one Friday now. So like
Nice.
it's like I guess they get more in the warehouse near me, I guess, and so they can ship sooner. must
Yep,
be.
I already got my Pixel
Oh.
Kit 6 case, but the one that's going to be a while is the D brand. I got the D brand case.
I wonder how mad D brand is at Samsung that they now are offering all these colors with their packs.
They're still gonna make skins for it. Come on.
I was
Yeah.
thinking that as
That's
well.
true. That's
Pop 'em.
true. But yeah, but that's a good point. Yeah.
I wonder how
They're
that
stickers.
how the whole thing where Samsung was like, oh, and if later you're down the line you change your mind, you can just get a different like That's a lot. Like, are you obviously you're having to send your flip back into them for them to swap out the backs, I guess, and that's a lot of trust because we've all seen how issues that people have had, like shipping their phone to Samsung and then Samsung sending it back like half broke or something. You know, they
Yeah.
sent in a perfectly working one to have Samsung check out something, and it came back like worse condition than it was when they sent it in. And
Yeah.
I don't know. It's cool and
That's another one.
but a little
Samsung stores.
concerning.
Where are they?
They
There's a
don't have
couple.
as many.
They do have them here in the States though. I honestly don't know.
There's a
I don't know.
couple,
They have them,
and
they have them in the
Best,
UK, but
you know, Best Buy has
So
their
none here?
Samsung
yeah.
kiosks for certain
Authorized?
things.
Oh,
So you
yeah.
can you can.
But don't they just
for
go
the
through their
people
own
that
thing?
want like the screen protector removed from their fold and a new one put on? You can bring it to the Samsung kiosk in Best Buy, and they qualify to do that. And
do
if
they
mess
actually do
something
it?
Up, it will.
But that's Geek Squad, isn't it?
No, it's a kiosk in the store, like how there's like the Apple section in the
Oh,
Best
okay.
Buy store, where it's
But they're
like
not
their
Apple. Sorry, they're not Best
their-
Buy affiliates or employees.
Yeah.
Or
They're
Geek Squad.
I think they're contracted is how it works, so they don't
It's-
actually
okay,
technically
okay.
work for Best Buy.
So they're like
wholly, so they're
assigned there or stationed
focused.
there or whatever. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
So they
I was gonna
actually,
say,
outside of those Best Buy kiosks, they have 4 stores in the U.S.
where's
Like
the
4.
closest? Is there one here?
Well,
in
it
the
depends
Bay
on where.
Area?
Yeah. So there's one in Palo Alto.
Okay, hey, maybe
Yeah.
I'll go check them out and,
Yeah.
and moon them or something.
Yeah.
I can do
I've never
that.
seen anything except an Apple store around
Yeah,
here. Like,
ain't one in there's probably not one in New York.
So
you
there's
know.
one in
Not
Palo Alto.
even-
There's 3 Apple stores here. 4 actually. 4
wow.
within
Yeah,
stone's throw. Other than that, there's like 11 or 15 of them. You know, you go wider and wider, 20,
That's
30, 40,
a
50
Microsoft store.
drive. Yeah, there's a dozen of them.
Mm.
I didn't hear you talking shit, Miles. What
No.
was that? I didn't hear you. Say it again. Takes a sip. Look at this guy.
Good
Right.
old Miles. Miles is sitting there excited about the Pixel 6.
Man.
Look at it. He can hardly contain
I
himself.
watched 5 seconds of the event. I'm like, nah, that ain't it.
I don't. Yeah.
I can't watch Android events. They bore
I was
me.
gonna say from
No,
having done.
I was seriously impressed with the Pixel event. Samsung, like I said, not so much.
Oh, when's the
Um,
November Apple event?
Dude,
The Samsung one had better production value for sure. It's
yeah.
shorter. Yeah, short half the length, but production value. You're muted, Barry.
We're
And
getting
then-
an Apple event in November.
Production value was unbelievable on that event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way
Definitely.
more lively and like fun and excited and interesting and what's happening here.
I can't wait to see what they bring in 2022. Especially Barry. What do you think of them coming out with the new smartwatch?
You talking about Pixel or are you talking about?
Yeah, Pixel.
I hope they do.
Pixel?
I hope they do, but it's really going to depend on the relationship with Samsung. But I think they will.
Yeah.
But the cool news is if you have a Pixel, the Galaxy 4 and especially the Galaxy 5 should operate pretty seamlessly once they get Google Assistant on it.
Yeah, did you see that?
So
it will definitely work, no problem. Asterisk.
So those are part of those. Go ahead, you're gonna say.
I wonder when we're gonna see them add the Google Assistant.
Hopefully it's soon.
I hope it's soon. I mean,
Anything's better
Fun-
than Siri. I'll say that.
I use Bixby, but like I can't control any of my lights with Bixby. I can control my lights with
You have
Google
fingers?
Assistant, with Siri, with Alexa, with everything else, but not, like Bixby's pretty great for like step-by-step macro instructions on a phone. Actually, one of the things they have down really well, like you can use Bixby to like you can tell it to open YouTube, to go to subscriptions. To,
that part they've done a
select
really good
certain
job.
channel and like the
Correct.
first video and play it, and it will do step-by-step stuff. But I mean, Bixby was created by
got
the
the
same
troll
the
back
same.
again.
Yeah.
Oh man.
They were created by the same team that created
on top of
that created Siri. So
I know what it is. I gotta give him or her their significant other back. Sorry, that's my bad, guys. That's my
so
gotta send them home.
And it's
Send
it's
them
pretty
out,
good
man.
on the
Yeah.
watch as far as like launching apps and doing other things. And it's pretty quick, but
What?
it's just
Hmm.
it's just there's
No,
you since it doesn't integrate with any like other smart home stuff unless you have like Samsung stuff or like their
Correct.
hub to integrate stuff through,
Yeah.
which works with a few different companies. Like it's
I really think
Yeah.
that's a relationship thing that Google and Samsung should hash out and say, hey, look at what we've done here. Obviously, you guys have the assistant down. We're just going to hand these over to you and you build them into Google Assistant. I don't think it's a good move for Samsung. They should focus on being the best OEM, best hardware and all that stuff, and depend on Google for the assistant. There's certain things you can kind of lean on them and then add your own little flavor, but that's a lot of wasted effort, in my opinion, that could be going back into the phone and other spots.
the
So
offline
no.
on device control stuff with Bixby is really nice too, because they've had that for a long time where you can, and even like if you put your phone in airplane mode, you can turn that back off.
mhm.
That's the irony of like with a
But-
lot of the
but-
voice stuff,
but my point
if
is
you told
this.
your phone to go into airplane mode, you now have no data connection, and you couldn't turn it off with voice. They were one of the first to counter that. So if they packed that in with Google, is what you're saying? Like
No,
hey,
that's what I'm saying. Let's hand it, because think about it. Google is not doing the desktop experience right now, right? They have shown no
interest.
they didn't interest whatsoever. They didn't talk about it during the event. And I have killed the desktop experience. Put all your efforts there. Like keep making decks better. Come find out ways to innovate decks and give that stuff to Google and just say, I trust you with that stuff. And where you find the person that does Android lacking, then you attack it, like in the index. You attack in those type of areas.
Makes sense.
Mark wants to know who uses it.
And things like right now, one of the biggest, I don't know, struggles and a little bit of confusion is that you have quick share and then you have like the two
Oh, the
different,
Samsung Flow, and I know you're talking about.
Well, there's
you're talking about like
there's the version that works on every Android device,
Nearby
of
Share.
Nearby share, and then
Yeah.
Samsung has quick share.
Yeah, and they should get rid of it. Like
And they have
literally Google.
and the problem is like one has unlimited file size and like no problems with it, but Samsung's version, the one thing I'm a little iffy on with the Samsung version is if you are signed in, on a like the permissions thing, you can make it so it doesn't ask.
Yeah, I haven't used the
and
Samsung one. I only use
that's a
Nearby
security concern to me. Like if you enabled that and didn't remember that you enabled it, now everybody can just share stuff to
Mhm.
you, and it's just gonna auto accept. Like, so somebody could be messing with you and just be sending you like pictures of cats and dogs or
Yeah.
inappropriate things as you're walking down the road and you don't know what's going on, or hacking into your phone even.
Yeah.
And that seems like just create a singular version, and that's that's what some people's complaint is, like when they get a Samsung phone, they call Samsung stuff bloatware because you get multiple.
Yeah, and that's
get
where
bloatware.
That's on you. That you don't have
everybody
to.
can have bloatware,
Yeah,
but the bottom line is pick your battle, Samsung. It's like Nearby Share is solid. Just drop what you're doing. You know
How
what I'm
about giving
saying?
us a charger?
Yeah. When it comes to like
not-
native integrated stuff,
mean-
though, it's a little bit different versus like
For
whether you
emergency.
choose to use the apps or not, because you can hide
Yeah.
those. But like when it's integrated,
Oh, I
into
know.
quick
Yeah,
settings
and the thing
into
is,
the
get rid of them.
OS.
I know what you're saying. Get rid of that stuff. I agree.
mean, yeah. I mean, you can take it out of your quick share panel.
No, I'm
Like,
just saying.
But then it's
so
still in
over
your
time,
settings.
they
So
should
it's
get
like,
rid of it. It's
Yeah,
like Nearby Share already works. Google, when they came out with it, you were the first OEM. Like when it turned on for Google, it turned on for Samsung, and it was supposed to be them. And Xiaomi figured out a way to backdoor it, and they got it as well. But it was literally we're turning on for our devices, and Samsung was the first OEM. Get rid of Quick Share.
So what was the one that's Samsung branded? because that was
Quick
today.
share. Quick share.
Did you guys hear when they? Unless I misheard, because it was hard, it was hard to watch. But how they said use quick share to quickly share or something like that. I was like, what? Like, yeah, of course, that's the name, man. What do you mean?
Yeah,
You know,
no.
Yeah.
And now with quick
Yeah.
share, seamlessly across
I
your
heard
device,
that.
blah, blah. There was a way to dress that up. I mean, I don't know
Yeah.
why they didn't use quick share to quickly share. Oh my God, Word?
Yeah.
Is that why you named it that?
Use AirDrop to drop your stuff through the air. Oh my God!
Yeah,
Like,
drop
Oh
your
my
stuff through the
God.
air.
Can
Word?
you imagine though?
I did. I saw it. I didn't have to imagine. I saw it happen.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
true. Quick share is limited compared to
And-
near
and now with
share.
quick
Like,
share,
you're
you know,
limited on like
pick up
file
where you
size
left
per
off
transfer, and
between your devices or
and
whatever.
there's, I believe,
Yeah.
even like a daily limit on how much you can send
What?
per day.
What is
That's
this, a
great.
bank?
So I haven't researched quick share.
With some
Is this a
stuff.
bank?
And like if you're not signed into some of that stuff is like bypassed if you're signed into your Samsung account. So it's great if you're sharing to yourself, but if you're sharing to other people, then like things start getting really messy.
You share yourself.
So I think
Sounds
that
dirty.
Samsung is working towards more of the integration of stuff with partnerships, because like you see now that when they've joined with Microsoft, the Your Phone stuff, they still have some Samsung Flow stuff, but they're like moving more of that over to the Your Phone stuff, and I think that they're working on so they're eventually they get rid of Samsung Flow as having two different
Like
options where some things
stopgap?
are in Samsung Flow and some things are in and really the Samsung Flow, it comes down to like previous up until recently at one point with Samsung Messages, it supported RCS, and then they removed it, right? And then now they're bringing it back.
Correct.
So if you had like a Samsung tablet, Samsung phone, a Samsung laptop, in order for your messages to all sync easily, unless you were using Messages for web, you had to use Samsung Messages, but then you lost out on RCS. So they're bringing that back. So I think Samsung is slowly working on like integrating everything back. But they're actually moving it away from their own apps now, because like
Yeah, they're
Google
basically-
Messages is going to become
So
native.
you mean expanding?
Yeah. No,
It's gonna
Google
be-
Message is going to become it's going to
the
become
native.
negative.
So Samsung
Native.
is working on like
The-
integrating stuff.
So a
like
a
for
contraction,
example,
not
if
an
you
expansion.
use the Your Phone app, it uses Google Messages.
Correct.
But if you use Samsung Flow, But now since RCS is going to be through Google Messages is going to become the native thing, that it's a mess right now because it's like which one do you use since they're both support. I'm seeing Samsung though moving to like we're gonna let this work with your phone, since that is something you can download on any Windows machine, where like Samsung Flow is limited unless it's on their own hardware. Like you get different function if I use it on my Razer Blade than if I used it on like my Galaxy Book Pro 360.
So you mean like proprietary or
that
it plays
but with
nicer
your
when
phone,
everything is Samsung or everything
that's
is
not the case with your phone. Everything, it doesn't matter what I'm on. It's all because it's all packaged in there. It's not like
so they're trying to make it
have
work.
all the Samsung apps. So they're trying
Are
to
they
make
trying to make it
like
work better with different stuff outside of that brand or that company, or are they trying to tighten it?
Yes,
I'm
like
not
they're trying to
understanding.
make it. So their struggle right now is, as any company would want to do, they would want you to buy all their own products, right?
Well, that would
But
be
at the same-
monopolistic,
right?
So
Like,
no, that's bad. Clearly, we
they
could
want
see
you
from
to.
Apple.
They want that optimization of like, hey, if you buy our Galaxy Book Pro 360, our Tab S7 Plus, our Galaxy Watch, our Galaxy smartphones, certain things are just
You mean like
you
an
sign in and
ecosystem,
it's just
some
natively
sort
there.
of like a walled garden?
But at the same time, in Samsung's own words, they don't want you. See, that was the weird thing. Their Fold event at the very beginning, they're like, "Oh, we're very open and we don't want you trapped in." And then the very next sentence was, "Oh, this is why Samsung Galaxy ecosystem is so great." I was like, that was such a conflicting thing to me. And even
But I thought
Samsung's event
ecosystems
today
were
was all
bad.
about the Galaxy ecosystem. So right now they're conflicting with each other. So
Yeah.
they're trying to make it so like you can just use your phone, which works on any Windows machine.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're like expanding where if you buy a Galaxy Book or a Galaxy Book Pro 360 or their Galaxy Book Play or whatever, you just sign into your Samsung apps, and then if you use, Samsung Gallery and Samsung Internet and all that stuff, it's there. But they don't really tell you. I mean, that kind of works the same thing with, if you sign into if you're already signed into all your Google apps, it's conflicting.
It's never a good idea to have multiple apps that do the same thing, and without clear, like this one is clearly better, so I'm with it. Hey, so real quick, I got Taylor. I think you know this, but you guys might not. I got to drop off just because of the time.
Yeah, no problem.
So
I actually want to.
But I was like, I had to. I was like, I had to go. I had to go a little overtime because I was like, it's a fun conversation.
Listen, Barry, thank you for joining us. Really appreciate you making the time and coming on, and thank you guys for coming on as well. Really appreciate everybody here. And Barry, if you could, let us know where to find you. And
so you can find me on YouTube at Barry Johnson, and also you can find me on the web. Most of the stuff, like if you go to Twitter, I'm B Johnson, but with underscores in between, and that's pretty much everywhere. So yeah, awesome. Hope you guys will come by and check me out.
That's
right.
Definitely,
man. And Barry, I hope you come back as well, man.
Hey, man, it was fun. Yep.
Thanks for coming back.
All right.
Always welcome, man.
Guys, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Later.